Today, I want to show you how a digital HQ turned a service business into a money printing machine. One company, 3 full-time employees tied up in a single process. They had 255 orders every month arriving with some sort of error in them. They were dealing with a lot of documents, and the documents can be wrong or have certain fields filled out incorrectly. And every invalid order triggered this massive back and forth between 2 external parties. They were dealing with manual follow-ups, resubmissions, escalations, wasting hours of time every single week. We built one application and now they process twice as many orders and only have 2 order issues per month. And the best part is one part-time employee is able to manage it all. No more back and forth, no more mess. And in their own words, it's literally printing money. This is what AI employees actually look like inside of a service business. It's not a chatbot you ask little questions to or a fancy to-do app. It's something that does work for you. It's a system that replaces the work itself. Let me show you how. Before we get into it, a quick intro. My name is Dylan. I've been running DataCose for 5 years, helping over 60 service businesses and scaling a team to over 20. I've had a lot of time to watch what breaks in service businesses and to see what fixes them. This video is about 3 specific things I see service businesses doing every single day that should be handed over to AI employees immediately. Problem number 1, CRM notes and logging communication. Making sure you capture the most important things out of every single client call, email, communication, text, wherever it may be. What matters is that somebody or something has to log it. And they don't need to log it because it's fun. No one likes doing it, but you need to log it because the next step in the process or the next person or AI employee that works with this client will be flying blind without it. For most service businesses, CRM logging is often falling between the cracks, being done poorly, or being done very inconsistently. And even if you do it well, you're creating bottlenecks around your most expensive people. If someone on your team, if you or someone on your team has to spend an extra 20-30 minutes writing detailed notes following every call or customer communication, that is time they can't spend on calls with other customers. An AI employee can handle this all automatically. Calls, emails, texts, converted straight into useful notes in your CRM that you can reference later. Nobody has to even remember, nobody does it twice, no one skips it because they're too busy. So that's the first thing you should pass off to an AI employee immediately. The second thing are proposals. If you're a service business, proposals are probably an important part of your workflow, and they often eat senior people's time. Even if you have a template you use that's maybe 70% the same from proposal, you really should be tailoring them to the needs and wants of the person you're making the proposal for. And doing that, I've seen people spend 2 to 3 hours just writing one proposal. An AI employee trained on your services and on your business model and your pricing can create one of these in minutes. Then your team can review it in 10-15 minutes, put the polishing final touches on it, make sure the pricing is spot on, and then send it on to the client. This allows you to have the same level of output and quality, or even better, without all the manual overhead. And I say even better because what we're seeing is that AI is able to spend a lot more time personalizing it even farther to the prospect than humans could feasibly do in their day. It would be their full-time job if they had to do it. And maybe still they would run out of time. All right, so that's the second thing. You need to hire an AI employee to take off your plate immediately. Now, the final and third thing that you should hire an AI employee for are reporting. All of your reporting, business reports, project status updates, monthly performance summary for your team members and for your clients. So some of us have the data already sitting around. It's just across a bunch of different systems, and it's very hard to go track it all down, find it, and pull it together. So many of us already have this data sitting across all of our different tools and systems. It's just challenging to go track it all down, clean it up, and then put it together into a report. And because of that, many of us don't do it, or we only take the time to do it once or twice a year. But this task is very important, but it shouldn't cost you a ton of overhead to do. And in today's time, with all the information we have stored inside of our applications and online, we should be able to make these reports whenever we need them in a moment. And this is exactly what an AI employee can do. It can even monitor your systems in real time and only surface the reports or the information if it's relevant or it's important for you to see them today. So instead of even getting a ton of different reports about all these different things happening, we've seen it be very successful that AI determines whether it should surface a report or not based on whether there's something in it that you've instructed it to look out for, or it just thinks you should, it should be brought to your awareness. Also, even if you don't consume the reviews today, AI can create a library of reviews that allows AI in the future, AI or downstream AI employee, to reference past data and get a bigger picture of the overarching trends happening in your industry, in your business, across your team, across your client portfolio. And that is very, very, very important information. All right, so these 3 categories we just covered, they're totally different areas, but of course, everything's interconnected in one way or another in business. These are things that AI employees can do effortlessly and that humans really don't like doing, or we just don't have the capital or extra time to go and do them ourselves. Now, here's the biggest concern I hear from business owners when I recommend they start here. They'll say things like, our processes are just too complicated. Our reports are too tailored, too custom. I hear it constantly, and I actually get it. Just a few years ago, automating these very complex processes to 80% or 100% were completely impossible. But all of that's changing, and let me show you why. So in traditional automation, we had to write if-then rules for everything, literally everything. And if the AI employee ran into something it didn't know how to handle, it would just instantly break. And to figure out why it broke, we'd have to go dig through the logs. It would take a lot of time. And then we'd also have to try to recreate the exact environment it was running in previously that caused it to break. And it was just very painful, hard to maintain, hard to build really robust system. We were stuck in this never-ending loop of trying to harden the system so it wouldn't break in the real world. But this isn't how AI employees work at all. AI employees operate on step-by-step instructions written in plain English. And when they encounter something they don't know how to handle, they will either try to figure it out using their best guess, or they'll come back to a human and ask for input on how to handle it, asking in plain English, no more digging through logs, trying to figure out. It will actually explain the limitation it's ran into and ideas, suggestions that it has to overcome it. And all you have to do is say yes or no, or give it the correct input. And then they take your input and they update their own instructions so that in the future, they already know how to handle that situation if it happens again. So they explain themselves, they improve over time, and it doesn't require thousands of lines of code to keep them running. So this is just an absolute game changer for business and for automation. For me personally, I spent years in software development. I thought writing custom code and writing these custom automations was complicated, it was challenging, it was very technical, but AI has made quick work of it. I've been incredibly humbled. It does it better than me, honestly, most of the time now. So if AI can assist in complicated software development projects, it can definitely help you take better notes in your CRM, create tailored proposals for your leads, and handle a lot of the reporting that you should be running. In fact, right now, at a minimum, it can handle 50% of the things you're doing in your business. We like to start with the low-level work to free your humans up for the higher-level work, but 50%, that's the floor. More realistically, I believe it can do 80%. And what that means for your humans is that they can focus not only on the most valuable things. And here's the thing, at a very minimum, 50% of the things you do in your business can be automated by AI. More realistically, I believe 80% can be automated. And I'm not just making that up, it's from what I'm seeing in the real world when we start hiring AI employees into real service businesses. All right, so here's the main thing I want you to take away from this video. AI is not just for Google, for Microsoft, for the really big companies. You can start using it in your business today. The cost of building AI-powered systems have dropped dramatically. We can develop custom solutions 4 to 5 times faster than 2 years ago because AI is involved in the entire development process. Again, 50 to 80% of it. These cost savings pass on directly to business owners. So right now we're in a once in a lifetime opportunity for small and medium businesses. You have the chance to take on your much larger competitors with smarter systems and AI teams. So the question now really is, will you be one who adopt AI early and use it to scale your business, or will you be one who sits on the sidelines where your competitors do that? And there's one thing I want to be clear about, and a narrative I'd like to push back a bit on. This is not anti-human. It actually frees up your existing human talent to do things that really matter, not the low-level work, the high-level work, but also it creates opportunities for you to leverage them in ways that were just never possible before. They can use their full skill set, their full interests and creativity to either market your business and grow it and build strong relationships with your customers and your suppliers, and overall just create a much better place to work, even if your existing employees don't change how they work. I've seen this play out in a few different ways. Another great outcome is if instead of giving your employees new things to do, they just can do the 20% that AI can't do incredibly well, exceptionally well. And they have the time for it now. They're not stressed trying to move all this information around or make all these quick little notes or prepare all these documents. They can really focus purely on what matters, and they're a lot less stressed too, because it's a bit easier for them to really double down, or in this case quadruple down, on what matters most. So this is really the challenge right now. The businesses that figure out the balance between their AI employees and their human employees are going to just dominate their industries in the next few years. Not only is the tech incredible, but the cost to develop it has dropped tremendously. This creates such an incredible opportunity right now. And it's available to any service business that decides to give it a shot. If you're watching this and thinking, I have similar challenges or goals for my business, I want to talk to you. We build digital HQs, custom systems your humans work inside of, but also your AI employees work inside of to automate all of the low-level work for you. They can create proposals, create reports, custom CRM notes. In addition to the 3 that I highlighted above, we use them for content creation, writing blogs. And the 3 examples I covered above were just examples. If you can write down a step-by-step instruction, AI can probably handle it. If you'd like to accelerate your time to hire your first AI employee and make sure that when you hire them, you hire the right one and they do exactly what you need from the first day, then I recommend booking an inspection with me. There's a link in the description below. It's 30 minutes. And if I can't find at least 20 hours of tasks that can be offloaded to an AI employee in that 30-minute call, I will pay you $500. That's how confident I am that 50% at a minimum of your work can be offloaded to AI employees. I'm excited to see what's possible for you in your business. Thanks for watching.